Hello, me again. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back with another real versus fake. I know the last one was a bit long, so we're going to make this one straight to the point. I can't be bothered with videos that have long intros. I've got here the real pair of the Brick Bride bricks and a fake pair. Now, getting straight into this, there will be a side-by-side comparison when I go into the split screen mode, where I will zoom in on each specific details of the shoe in great depth. I'm going to do this in one take, even if that is a terrible unboxing. Right, your purpose for watching this video may differ between each other. Some of you will be watching this because you want to know if you've bought the real McCoy. So it's like a legit check. Some of you out there are interested in getting this kind of thing, this pair right here. And you want to know how good it is. Quite frankly, I don't care what your purpose for watching this video is. I don't care what you do with your money or what you do with your feet. After all, at the end of the day, these are just foot holsters made of leather, rubber and glue. Who cares, man? It's not that deep. But in light of that, I want to make sure that I give you the full experience, the full overview, and go as in-depth as possible when comparing these things. So straight into it. I said I wasn't going to do a long intro. I'm going to stick to my word. Straight away, looking at this, the label, hang on, label's on that side, so I'm going to make sure it's the same. No previews there. There we go. Now, you just saw me unbox the retail pair. I haven't actually looked at them yet. I've done that live with you at the same time. So this experience will be a shared one. Looking at the boxes, they're pretty close, but there's that classic telltale sign where the rep is slightly smaller, ever so slightly smaller. These are both a US 11, both a 45, same size. Texture of the box feels quite similar. You can see that there's a better fidelity of print on here. You can also see that the logo is placed more towards a central position. On the rep, it's closer up to the edge of the box, and it's a little bit blurry. Now, let's have a look at these labels, and we'll go into a split screen view and give close-ups on the shoes themselves. We'll do a quick unboxing. Let's have a look at those labels there. There's a bit of glare, so instantly that's kind of hard to tell. So we've got the price sticker on the rep of 225 USD. I don't have it on this. This is the Asia release though. We're looking at the China release here for this shoe because that's where I am. I'm based here in China and I got it from Poison. If you're unfamiliar with Poison, if you haven't bought from them before, see the indentation there. This is not a sales pitch for them. I'm not promoting them. That would be nice to get free shoes from them, but not going to happen. I'm not that big of a channel. No, I just I sing their praises because I see it. Indentation is clearer on here. I see the quality that they put out. I've not been ripped off by them yet. I've never received a fake pair when I've been buying a real pair. Always authenticity guaranteed. Something StockX doesn't do. But yeah, I need to be careful that this doesn't sound like a sales pitch. GOAT. Assurance of authenticity. That's a first for me. After all these years of showing reps against retails and reps by themselves, looking at those, I've never seen a fake GOAT authenticity tag. Cheeky. Spare laces sitting on the top. Worth noting that these will have been repackaged, right? So this strap around here, I imagine that's how my retail should have come, but they've unpackaged them because, yeah, look, there's my blue strap here, the real one, kind of the same thing, to be honest, is down there because they've opened them to authenticate them even, if you're going to speak properly. Individually bagged, both of them. We'll do this one by one. That's a left shoe I've got out. Is it? Did I grab a left? Yeah. Let's see what we got here. I think this should be the left here. Individually wrapped as well. Got the sticker on as well, the tag. Paper seems very similar. A little bit more transparent on the retail pair. Sort of a translucent on the rep. That is in fact a right shoe, not a left, my bad. Get that paper in there. And at this point, I'm going to get, what do I want to do? Do I want to go for left to make a pair? Or I want two of the same shoe. Bear with me. This is what happens when you do it live instead of planning it ahead. But the reason I do that, the reason I do it live with you, as it were, as we watch together, is because I don't want any kind of accusations that I've pulled any fast ones or mixed shoes around and moved them about and done the old switcheroony. All right, there we go, finally. I said I wasn't gonna do a long intro, 5 minutes in, and here's the shoes. Keep in mind, this is version 1 of this cheeky pair. It's version 1. There will be new versions of this. In fact, there's a new version on its way to me. So I will update this video. There will be a part 2 when we see revisions. On my channel, I don't really talk about batches because from my experience, which is a wealth of experience, to be honest, not to sing my own praises, but living in China, I'm more tuned in with it that there's a reason we don't refer to them as batches over here, but in the Western market you do. I'm of the opinion that's a sales tactic, personally. Here we refer to them as version 1, version 2, version 3. Do with that info what you will. Quite frankly, it's an argument I'm bored of and don't really care at this point. I'm just going to show the differences between these shoes. So quite obvious throughout this video which one is the real, which one is the fake. That's embarrassing. That acne concealer has been within shot the entire time. Snide wears a bit of makeup. Nothing wrong with it. It's 2025, boys. Yeah, straight away, it's going to be obvious. We're not going to lose track because the real one has the poison tag on. I'll try and make that visible in all clips. Also down below, when I go into the split screen mode, there's going to be real, there's going to be fake. So what we're going to do is go into that split screen mode now after a quick look, just side by side, give you that overview, give you a quick look here at the silhouette. But just to reiterate, this is version 1. There's better ones coming. For now, you need to know. I need to mention this. I forgot to mention this. We will get into it. I need to mention, there's no agenda at play on my channel. I'm never like trying to make out that the retail's superior to the rep, and so I show an inferior quality and show it like a crap one and go, you look how much better it is. I don't care. I don't care. They're just shoes, right? For me, they're just shoes, rep or retail, whatever. I'm not trying to promote anything because I paid for it myself. So why would I promote on this channel? You know what I mean? Not that you can buy my opinion anyway, but yeah, it is what it is for now. The date today is the 26th of March. I'll upload this same day. You'll see a new version next week. So stay tuned for that. Let's get into that split screen. Bloody hell, you've been waiting a long time. Let's go. Immediate shift in audio quality. Got to start using this studio mic on a video. You can see there's some difference here in the air bubble. We're just having a quick look at the lateral side. We'll zoom in on some of these features, such as that little bit of cage that shows through that, what I call a window, and the toe box as well. But we'll get to it. Let's have a close look at the toe. Look at the material here on the retail on the right. That looks superb. It is so lively to the touch. The fake pair, not as lively, but that material still decent. It's not the same. It's not exactly the same material. You can also see a difference in color in the cage as well whilst we're in this view, but it's the liveliness of the suede that I'm focusing on. Look how it catches it in the light on the real pair, the fake one not so much. Again, mink oil and brushing would bring that right out. But there we go, fresh out the box, that's the difference. Looking here at this little bit of midsole, just above the midsole, this first panel, you can see there's more texture on the real one. And some difference in color as well. The swoosh is done okay. Looks like it's a slightly different size on the fake one, slightly bigger, but it's well done. But yeah, it's that grain of the material. It feels bumpy to the touch on the real one, but on the fake one, a little bit smoother. But looks quite similar. Moving on, let's have a look at this cage. So the first thing is that angle. They've done a good job on that. And the pinch test, it snaps back on the real one. It snaps back to form. The fake one, it kind of stretches it. It's slow. It does slowly return, but it's loose now. You can see I've damaged that a little bit. Real one should always snap back. Yeah, there's also a difference in color. Again, I'm looking at the materials around that. It's not terrible, but it's not the same. Looking at the back, pretty obvious difference in sizing of, right, are we calling it bikey because it's bike, but you say Nike, so yeah. The cut at the bottom, it's cut a little bit high on the fake. The rubber element as well is a bit thick. It's not really bouncy and responsive, not really a rubbery feel as it has on the retail. I'm also looking at this kind of the shape of the outsole as well, how much red is showing at the bottom there as opposed to the fake, and a slight difference in color. So pretty obvious on the back. Looking at the medial side, again, it's the general shape and pattern of the shoe. Just an overview here. There's just a little difference in proportions. And again, we'll look at that window section in a sec, but the proportions are just different. The sizing of the panels, the spacing in between them, just the general form factor and the way the shoe sort of flows is different. But let's have a zoomed in look, shall we? We'll look at this cage. On the fake one, there's a bit of a more of a pronounced angle. See how it comes down further, and then it's a tighter turn. Again, real one snaps to a close. Fake one, I've damaged it. Here you can see there's a stark difference in color as well as we look at these three different elements together: the cage, the crown, and the fabric behind. Just matches up better on the real one. Looking at the tongue tag, the material is good on both. Feels soft to the touch, it's nice. There's a bit of a sheen as you turn it in the light on the embroidered patch. And the thickness, kind of similar. The padding is good. The fake one, the tongue seems to stick up a bit higher. It's protruding higher. See that? It's a bit confusing looking at that. Two different moving images. I'll always post photos. Go and see my photos on my page. Having a look at the tag on the inside, you can see there's difference in color. There's difference in the sizing of the text. Yeah, it's a bit bigger text on the fake, and it's a darker red. Fake internals are different. It doesn't come with paper. It came with the shoe tree thing. Difference in color, difference in fabric. The print quality is decent on the fake though, but yeah, not the same. Just not as rich. Doesn't feel as rich. Doesn't look as rich. Looking at the underside, Dream Cell, different code there, but that varies anyway. And just the general finish of it. You see there's like an outline where they've misstamped it, misaligned the stamp. Looking at the internals, the strobable finish has been done a bit tidier on the retail pair on the right. You can see there's consistency on that strobal stitch, whereas the fake, apart from having a different lasting board that shows a product code underneath, can't quite make out what that says. But yeah, it's different. And the color here on the outsole, it's not too far off, to be honest. They've both got that sticky, tacky feeling to them. But that, you just have to take my word for that, because obviously you can't feel these things through the screen. Very similar color, similar feeling. Okay, we're out of split screen mode. Main takeaways, generally speaking, the shape, the pattern, the cut is slightly different. As we look at them side by side, you can see that there's differences here in terms of the proportions, how they've sort of placed things. There's overlap where there shouldn't be, and this is slightly larger on the real one, it's thinner on this one. The material is clearly superior on this, but there is movement on that could be resolved with a bit of mink oil and some brushing. I'm sure suede brush would bring that to life, but look how responsive and lively that is just to the touch, straight out the box. Wonderful stuff. There's obviously some differences. The air bubble is narrower, it's not as tall, it's got glue staining on it on the rep. There's discoloration here, they're not the same, not discoloration, difference in color here on the midsole section, slightly shinier, more transparent and rubbery feel to it. Real one doesn't make that squeak. We've discovered a new tell, the squeak test. Tell that girl who works for eBay. Hey, there you go. You saw it here first. But yeah, the differences, whilst obvious to us as we're watching in 4K and going over it in great detail, and people who know sneakers and you're watching this because you know what you're looking to buy, but you just want to double check. For us, it's pretty obvious that this is clearly an inferior product in terms of it being close to this one. It's not. But if you flip the perspective to people on the street, in general terms, and for all intents and purposes, it is similar, right? It just depends on your perspective. Are you a Reddit nerd who red lights or green light shoes based on minor discrepancies between them? Or are you someone who just wants a pair of red AJ4s with bike written on the back? It depends what market you are in, which demographic you are in. For me, I've shared this opinion plenty times. At the end of the day, I don't really care that much. Shoe's a shoe, serves the same purpose. It just depends what you're trying to do with these things, right? But if you're in the retail gang and you don't want to get ripped off, you're safe for now. There'll be a part 2 to this when they update this shoe. There's what you may hear referred to as GX batch coming out. What we talk about over here in China is version 2. And then I believe there's PK batch and all of that, but I don't want to get into that territory. I've talked about that before. If you're new here, don't worry about it. I'm not going to go over old ground, and it's not worth stressing about, because at the end of the day, I don't care, man. Do what you want. Choose to do what you want with your money that you earned yourself, and they're your feet, not mine. So do whatever you want with that info. Enjoy yourselves either way. Just to stay educated. Hopefully today's video was helpful. You can see the differences between the things, and you can enjoy them however you please. Keep it snidey. See you on the next video, where I will be building my own Rolex.